Hey guys, how are you? Happy Tuesday. Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And we're back after, our first bad day in a while. Not a good day at all. Yesterday, we wind up down a little over 2 units. Iowa State got smacked on the road at Kansas. Bad bet there. KU woke up. But the Pitt and UVA over, it depended on the number you played. It fell 130. If you bet it late at 129.5, the closing number, it went over. So technically that game went over. I bet a very bad number, 3 points away from it cashing, and 2 missed threes and a missed free throw in the final 25, 30 seconds of that game kind of stunk. Virginia couldn't miss. So remember this as we watch Virginia play the rest of the year. I think Virginia is going to be a good bet to the over. That game still technically did go over. So 9-1-1 over the last 11 games for Virginia. To the over, I just bet a worse number. Some of you guys bet 131. Some of you guys bet 130.5. That stinks. So we all lost on that. But player props went 1-1. Trae Young's assist prop misses, but Wagner's rebounds and assist stays under. He fouled out, so Franz Wagner. So we get that right 1-1 flat completely on the player props. Okay, we got a lot to do today. We got a lot to talk about here. Today's busy. Tuesday is going to be a very, very busy day in a very good way, mind you. Okay, we got a lot of things to get into, a lot of shows to tell you guys about, including 2 of them. But before I tell you about the shows and the picks for today, let's talk about Bet365 and the offer for Daily Juice listeners. Turn $5 into $150 of bonus bets when you join Bet365 to claim the offer. Go to bettingpros.com/365 and deposit at least $10. If you place a bet of at least $5, you will earn $150 in bonus bets. Again, that's bettingpros.com/365. 21 plus only. Must be present in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Louisiana, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, or Virginia. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 100-BETS-OFF if you live in Iowa. Terms and conditions do apply. Okay, you got 2 live shows for me today. The first will be at noon Eastern time with myself and Joe P. My first time breaking down this Super Bowl. So if you want to hear my first initial thoughts on Chiefs and the Eagles, I will do that coming up here for today. 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time is when Joe P and I will hit the Betting Pros YouTube channel. So make sure you have subscribed to the Betting Pros YouTube channel. Then the second will be our college basketball live stream. I've got 2 college basketball bets here on the Daily Juice. I'll give you 2 more college basketball plays later today with Terrell Furman and myself for the college basketball live stream, which will happen at 5:30 Eastern time, 2:30 Pacific time. Again, also on the Betting Pros YouTube channel. So more bets coming at you Tuesday, 2 shows, 9 a.m., noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific for the Betting Pros. I don't know what we're calling the Joe P show and I. It's just like BP Live. It's like Betting Pros Live for half an hour. This might be the last show for a while. I don't know, because it was for football season and now football's over. So I don't know what the future of that show is, but we're definitely doing it today at 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern, and then at 5:30 Eastern back on the Betting Pros YouTube channel for our college basketball live stream. That will take us all the way to San Antonio. That show won't stop. That goes all the way to the Final Four. That goes all the way into April. Okay, so let's talk about the first play of the day, and it's the Celtics and the Cavaliers. The number is 1.5. This is not a very big handicap, okay? The Celtics are 6-26-1 ATS following a win. They were down by 26 points to Philadelphia. They came all the way back. They won by 8. Now they are dogs on the road. I prefer when Boston's favored. Like, I'm going to bet this because it's part of the trend. And you can bet money line, by the way. You want to say, forget it, just bet money line. I don't hate you at all betting just money line. In fact, it's probably a good idea. Just bet money line. But because we make so many plays and I make so many plays, I'm not going to do it here for today just because it's a system play, but I don't hate it. And we're making 4 bets in college basketball today. Another reason why. Going to get expensive. But I think if you look at the Cavaliers at home against Boston, I think it's a good bet. I really do. And beyond, I would prefer Boston being favored, and maybe they'll go off as a favorite. I don't know, maybe. But Cleveland's at home. Numbers 237.5. A lot of people playing the over. I'm just going to system play it here. 226-1 is too good to not keep betting it. We're 2-0 so far since we've bet the streak. Let's keep betting the streak here. Cavs against the Celtics, laying 1.5 for 1.1 units. All right, college basketball, the first of 4 bets that I'm going to give you guys here. 2 more coming later tonight, 2 more right now. Drake is on the road against Murray State. This is a 5-point win according to KenPom, 65-60. This is a number of 4.5, so a little bit of a half point of value there coming in here for Drake and Murray State. This game for Drake, they're 10-2. They're 10-2 in conference. I mean, they've done incredibly well. They're 20-2. This is a first-year head coach. They have the 7th longest win streak in the country. They've won 8 straight games. They lost to Murray State at home. One of their 2 losses is to Murray State. They lost to Illinois Chicago, and they lost to Murray State. You don't think this team's going to be fired up with Ben McCollum? You don't think they're going to want revenge here on Murray State? This is going to be a great game to watch. I think we're going to see a full-on huge effort out of Drake. They're 7-3 ATS on the road this year. They're just 6-6 in conference, however, in the Missouri Valley. On the flip side, Murray State's only 4-8. 4-8 ATS in conference play. They've lost 3 straight games outright. They've lost 5 of 6. They've only covered 1 game that was on the road against Southern Illinois, where they're laying 1.5, and they won by 10. They've lost to Illinois Chicago, to Bradley, to Belmont, to Evansville, and Missouri State. They're coming off of a 21-point loss to Missouri State as 3-point favorites. They lost by 21 points. I'm going to fade Murray State here. Give me Drake. We haven't bet on him in a while. Drake, minus 4.5 for 1.1 units. And third on the card, second in college basketball, let's talk about Arizona on the road at BYU. This number is 1.5. Provo, Utah. Total is 152.5. We have a 7-4 Arizona team in Big 12 play, ATS, and a 7-3 over their last 10, 4 consecutive covers for Arizona. However, on the road, they're just 5-5. And BYU is 6-4 in the Big 12. They have covered 4 consecutive games. They're 4-1 over their last 10, and they're 8-4 at home. They've won at UCF, laying 1 by 6. Home for Baylor, laying 3.5, won by 4. Home for Cincinnati, laying 6.5. They won by 28. And laying 5 to Colorado on the road, winning by 16. Their last loss came against Utah on the road. It was a 1-point loss. They were a 1-point favorite. On the flip side, Arizona State for Arizona was a game that they probably should have not covered. They did, though. They're laying 6.5. They won by 9. We faded Arizona on the road against Arizona State. I'm fading Arizona on the road against BYU. BYU's a better basketball team than Arizona State, but wins over Iowa State, Colorado, and Oklahoma State. 4 straight wins, 4 straight covers. Arizona's hot, but I'll take BYU. I'll take their home crowd. I'll take the altitude, and I'll take the intensity that we're going to see out of BYU here tonight, and lay the short number at minus 1.5. All right, so 3 bets now, 2 more coming later tonight, 5:30 Eastern with Terrell Furman and myself for the college basketball live stream. We're jumping in with the Cavaliers, minus 1.5 for 1.1 units. Drake, minus 4.5 on the road against Murray State. And BYU, minus 1.5. That should be minus 110 there for 1.1 units. BYU at home up against Arizona. 2 more plays to be added to the card later on today. I will talk to you at noon Eastern for our live show with Joey P and myself on the Super Bowl, our first look at what's going to happen for the Eagles and the Chiefs, prop bets and whatnot we like for the big game. And then later on, 5:30 Eastern, Terrell Furman and myself, both those shows on the Betting Pros YouTube channel, live twice here coming up today. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every single morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It's the Daily Juice.